a week ago I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, I couldn't couldn't move my hands. 12 days ago I was in surgery, and yeah, I'm pretty grateful to be here right now.
Let's face it, there's one driver on the F1 grid currently in 2023 that gets the most stick out of any of the 20 drivers. That driver is Lance Stroll, and I think it is not deserved.
For Lance Stroll as well, and it has been rewarded with a 1 and a 3.
Especially after this weekend. The respect for Lance Stroll has to be going up a lot higher. Before I even wanted to make this video, I already liked Lance Stroll a lot. He's one of my actually favorite drivers on the grid. Believe it or not, might be controversial, but I do like the guy, and I think he's very talented. Extremely, that at it. He's pairing up with Fernando Alonso, who is an extreme talent. I mean, a 2-time world champion. Arguably should have been practically a 4 or 5-time world champion if circumstances were different, and this guy didn't exist. But other than that though, the talk is about Lance Stroll. And before this video starts, please like and subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000. Oh, crazy to even say that number. But thank you all so much. The support is insane and it means the world, genuinely. Let's get started into this Lance Stroll video. So for Lance Stroll after this weekend, guess what he had right before the race? 2 broken wrists and a broken toe. Yep, that is what came out right before qualifying. I mean, that is insanity. That was about 11, 12 days ago before the Grand Prix that he had a broken toe. That means that he's probably struggling a bit with how he's planting his foot on the car. Speaks about it. There's a couple of shots with him having his sleeves just a teeny bit rolled up where he's wearing bandages on both, which, I mean, if you've seen already the footage where he's practically pushing the wheel with his left hand while his right hand is gripping the actual wheel, he's not even driving correctly. He couldn't even format his line. And the guy still goes on and does something like this in a weekend. And listen, a lot of people were giving him stick in the beginning of really the Grand Prix, before the Grand Prix even started. In practices, they were like, Lance Stroll is not fit to drive. Guess what? If Max Verstappen came in and did this, if Lewis Hamilton came in and did this, Charles Leclerc came in and did this, Fernando Alonso did do this. If they were the ones that had the broken wrists and they were like, listen, I want to drive, we'd all be like, man, what animals, the respect that they deserve. Lance deserves this times 10. The guy gets so much stick. He goes in because he's passionate, because he cares. Everybody talks about Lance Stroll being he's like a carefree driver because he has that like quote unquote lifetime contract. Well, I fully believe that his contract is deserved. The dude fights in the midfield very well. The cars that he's had have not been very good. Last year, he put up a great battle against Vettel. And this year, so far, he wasn't too far off of Fernando considering the injuries. He competed with the Mercedes cars and every other car under that. I mean, Lance, I got a lot of good words to say for Lance Stroll, and this is just to talk about how good the guy can really be. I mean, he has a pole position. He has more than a couple of podiums, one in a Williams at it, in a year where the Williams car was not doing well at all. From a bike crash to a whole Grand Prix distance, the guy really motivated himself and dedicated himself into this sport, and the respect has to be there. What are the things that Lance Stroll gets the biggest stick for? Inconsistency, that is money, and he doesn't deserve to be in the sport. Really, those are like the 3 things that I hear all the time. I mean, if you look around the grid, Pettis, Lando, and other drivers that come from wealthy families, they also got into the sport having money. I mean, sure, you can look at somebody like an Ocon or a Lewis Hamilton who didn't have much money and still made it in the sport and be like, oh, that is what a Formula 1 driver is. I think all are acceptable as long as you can meet the requirements of being talented, as having the dedication, the fitness, the drive, just the competitiveness to fight on a day-to-day basis in the best cars on the planet or in motorsports in general. Lance Stroll has that. Lance Stroll has shown that. The respect, like I said, yet again, if you had respect for him now before, you should have it even more now. And if you didn't respect him before, now you gotta respect him. The guy puts his soul into F1, and I think that is a big thing. And I think he's somebody that can improve. Do I think he can be a world champion? You know what? Honestly, if he's under Fernando Alonso's wing for maybe a year or two and picks up on what this guy does, I think Lance Stroll can be a world champion. As controversial as it sounds, I do believe that he has got it. The guy has shown it in multiple cars that he can outperform the cars. His consistency does have to go up. Let's see how the rest of 2023 goes. But Lance Stroll is somebody that I really do like, and I don't know. I want to hear your guys' opinion on it. Is Lance Stroll somebody that you guys look at as a driver and be like, oh, he's not really that competitive on the field. Oh, he's like a midfielder. Oh, he can maybe fight for wins in the future. Maybe he can win some constructors. Maybe he can win a world championship himself. Tell me your thoughts down below on Lance Stroll and what you think of really Lance Strollovich, the full name. I love the guy. I think he's great. Great personality, great driver. What are your thoughts? Please leave a like down below. Subscribe. It would mean the world. And peace.